Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with an easy to play Elite Barbarians Hog Rider deck. The ranked 202 player in the world uses this as his main deck, and it destroys all the mid-ladder monsters. Whether you're playing against Elixir Golem, or Giant, or any big beatdown deck, your Elite Barbarians will eat them alive. While you have Ice Golem to kite supporting cards to the other side for a huge positive Elixir trade. If your opponent's got Elixir Golem, Ebarbs, Royale Hogs, or any bait card, they'll get pulverized by your bomber. And Tesla and Freeze are an added layer of defense. So even if they break through the Ebarbs, you'll have an added layer of security. Freeze is also an exceptionally versatile spell. When you get high damage cards like Minions, Ebarbs, Bomber, or Hog Rider locked on tower, you'll secure the victory. It's time to hammer some towers and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. This guy finished 316 in the world, so he's obviously going to be pretty good at the game. Let's go in for a Hog Rider immediately and then go for our minions trailing behind. And the reason why I drop my minions there is because a lot of times people will try to tornado the Hog Rider directly to the King Tower, but the minions will stay locked and loaded on the tower, giving you an excessive amount of damage. So this guy is going to go in for a Prince, Archers, and then also a Goblin Barrel. Not necessarily a deck that I'm used to seeing at all. I do have to zap the Archers, but I'm going to zap when they're in proximity of my tower, so then they don't get as many shots. If you zap a little bit too early, what happens is you're going to be zapping without the tower shooting the Archers, so when they're stunned, they're not actually going to get hit. So it's kind of wasting part of the stun, you know? When they're close to the tower, that's when you want to stun them so you can get extra damage with your tower. The one thing that is bad about Tesla is it goes underground, and then the princesses can lock onto your towers, so that is what it is. Well played by our opponent taking full advantage of that situation, but at the same time, I think that the Tesla is also safe in some situations against spells, so it's either extremely good or bad, depending on your situation. Hiding from spells like your opponent's lightning, for instance, is really cool. So I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem here, and then I'm going to go in for a Elite Barbarians on top of the Goblin Barrel. So because he's running log bait, it could become a dicey matchup if I don't play this extremely well, but I think I can go for a Hog Rider to pull back the Prince directly into us. Wait, this is super good because the Hog Rider is going to lock on the tower for at least 1 or 2 shots. Oh, wow, only 1. I was hoping for 2, guys, not going to lie. We did decompose the cannon card, so there is something there. Generally, in this type of matchup, when you play against Logbait, your best bet is dropping minions on top of the Goblin Barrel. Because if you drop minions, there's 3 of them, 1 for each Goblin. And then also on top of that, if you think about it from a pragmatic standpoint, you don't have any other cards in your deck to counter the Goblin Barrel. So that's going to be our best bet 9 times out of 10. I dropped my Bomber directly down the middle just because I wanted to be able to immediately have them splash on top of the wall breakers. Because if you drop it further away, it takes travel time for the projectile to travel to the Bomber. So it's not ideal. You want the Bomber to be immediately on top of whatever it's dropping if it's going to be something that's immediately going to do a lot of damage like wall breakers. Okay, so I think in this situation I can go for a Hog Rider and isolate my Elite Barbarians away from the Hog so we can't get him to go in for like a rocket on everything. Wait, that freeze and zap was stellar. It completely killed the goblins, and then also on top of that, it froze the tower. And he doesn't get any counter push with the cannon cart or the archers, really. The archers are probably just going to die if I go in for like a bomber early, and I can finish off the wall breakers, and then the minions are able to finish off the entire goblin barrel. That was perfect. The one thing I dislike about this is the fact that I have to go in for a Hog Rider a little bit earlier. I am going to go in for a zap. We know that the minions are going to be able to kill almost everything here. Do I Elite Barbarians at the river? No, because I would go head first into archers. He would go for a cannon cart, and then he would pull the Elite Barbarians to the middle, so that would be catastrophic for me. He might rocket these. I don't know. I'm a little bit scared. Don't do it. I don't think he has elixir for it immediately, so that's fine. He might rocket at the river. I'm not sure, so I don't want to drop my Hog Rider immediately. He could rocket this Hog Rider. No, he's not going to. Interesting. All right, so we can freeze on top of the Prince and then go in for a zap on top of the Goblins. If we can get a Hog Rider hit, that's huge. Dude, that's going to be at least 2, maybe 3. Give me the win. Come on. Let's go. So even defeating Logbait when you have Zap is possible with this deck. I can see why it's around top 200 in the world, especially when it allows us to stomp a top 300 player when we don't even have Log in our deck. Getting into this one, we're dropping a Good Luck and a Bomber in the back. So I don't know what this guy's got. I kind of want to figure that out. That's why I'm dropping 2 elixir cost cards. Ooh, let's go. That's fantastic, baiting out the arrows for a +1 trade. And then also not having the arrows in cycle for a Hog Rider might bound to be hurtful for our dude. Okay, so he's going to have Electro Dragon with Monk. This has to be Lumberjack, Balloon, Freeze with Bowler. Wait, are the minions actually able to kill the Electro Dragon? That would be preposterously lucky. If I zapped that, it would have killed it. I think not zapping is better, though, because I don't need to kill it since it's just going to die to the tower anyway. This guy already dead? Did I just win this one already? Yo, I think I got the most lucky situation ever. Bait out your opponent's arrows. Oh, never mind. This guy's going to end up having a really dirty deck. Oh no. Wait, the Ebarbs just melted a battle healer. He's not able to go in for a golem right now. Oh, never mind. That's an elixir golem. That's different. It's a different breed. Okay, I probably should have dropped that farther away so that he wasn't able to arrow on the Tesla. I learned my lesson, maybe. Oh, does it even matter though? Because I can just go minions. Unless he's got mirror arrows. Unless he has the secret sauce. He's going to go range it up, but that's not going to be enough. Wait, this game started to be really good at the start, and now it's starting to become a little bit more chaotic. You know, we thrive in chaos. So those minions might be able to kill the Ebarbs, especially with the Ice Golem tanking. That was a fantastic Ice Golem from us. Let's go. The bad thing about this is I got to go for Ebarbs on defense against his Ebarbs. I'm just going to drop them last second, so then they load in and one-shot his Ebarb. Yeah, he's going to go like Electro Dragon or something and sack his tower, and then Elixir Golem and try to 3-crown me. You can just sense it. Oh, no, he's going to go in Psycho Monk. That is so much better. I'm so happy. That's great, because we are able to kill the Monk. Even if the Monk is going to be able to stay alive at 1 HP, it's not that big of an issue, because you've got Tesla. If you've got Tesla, the Monk can't reflect back that building. This deck just works wonderfully against Elixir Golem as well. So I'm going to try to go in for like an aggressive play here on the right-hand side, just to force out more Elixir and be a massive memer. Sometimes you're able to 3-crown opponents if they don't give you the proper respect. That's what we're going to be rolling with. Also, if you guys didn't know, obviously going in for a freeze on top of the battle healer is a fantastic move. And the reason why I like it so much is because you're going to stop the battle healer from healing up the Elixir Golem, so you're able to just delete it super quick. Very nice strategy. Okay, this is where the game becomes spicy. Look at all the stuff he's spamming at me right now. So I'm going to try to go and use like 2 sets of Ebarbs. If you guys ever seen 4 Ebarbs on the map, this isn't even triple Elixir, guys. This is crazy. Go for a freeze last second, going for an Ice Golem up top. And I think we're going to stay on top with a dominant W against Elixir Golem. The guys have been noticing the Tesla placements that I've been doing. It pulls the Elixir Golem super far, farther than most win conditions would arrive, right? Like a Golem and then also a Giant can't get pulled by that Tesla placement, but Elixir Golem and Electro Giant can. So memorizing the most optimal placements will ensure success against Elixir Golem every single time. Yo, this guy's gonna have an Electro Giant, he's gonna have a Giant and a Sparky all in his Mastery banner. I don't think he's played any of those cards that much because they weren't lit up with high Mastery levels, but I would love to see them all in one deck because that would create a hilarious game. We get 2 Hog Rider Hammer hits on the tower. As per usual, people are loving Goblin Gang on ladder for whatever reason. Oh my gosh, is this gonna be 3 Musketeers? Because we see Goblin Gang with a Battle Ram. I just don't think that there could be many different decks. The bad thing about 3 Musketeers is if he's got Elixir Collector, yeah, we don't have a spell for that. That's not very good. Okay, wait, the Ice Golem's gonna be tanking. Can we freeze? Can we freeze so the bomber is able to kill? No way! The 1 HP! No way! That worked out so well! That was insanely risky, but I knew he had to defend the Ebarb on the other side. Okay, wait. I can go in for a Tesla and a Zap, and I think we're okay. Okay, awesome. I don't know if that was smart. Maybe I should have just dropped Minions and Zap, honestly. I think Minions and Zap would have been infinitely better. But okay, it's fine, guys. I was too excited about the bomber that I wasn't able to really think about my next decision. That bomber was the MVP of my heart. 2 Elixir countering the Muskies. But yeah, this is the problem. I don't have anything for that. I kind of have to just go in with my minions and expect him to go Goblin Gang. And then, you know, I just can't do anything. Like the Hog Rider's going to get a hit. We're going to do some damage to the Goblins and then just eat the rest of the stuff from the other Goblins. It's okay. It happens, you know. Sometimes Clash Shroud does bamboozle us a little bit. I go Bomber at the river. Is this too risky? I hope he doesn't ignore this. I hope he drops an Ice Golem. I really want him to Ice Golem. Nice. 2 for 2 trade. I'll take that. That's completely okay for me. Especially if he starts to supplement that so we can Ebarbs. Dude, this is great because we can go for a Zap, watches the Ice Golem pops, and devours every one of the minions. Well, that was maybe a little bit superstitious for me to believe that every single one of the minions would die. But that's what I wanted, okay? I didn't want to see Mr. Marvin staying alive out here. We're going to drop our Hog Rider off kilter so then the other Stab Goblins don't immediately lock onto this. I can freeze on the Miner and the Elixir Collector. If I freeze on the Elixir Collector, it's extra value, right? Because I freeze the Elixir Collector from getting Elixir. I don't know how much value that gives me. Maybe it denies 1 Elixir, but it's at least worth it. It has to be worth it compared to just not hitting it at all. Okay, this Bomber's dead. There's no way to keep that thing alive a second time. I'm sorry. He has learned our shenanigans. He knows my tactics. I gotta go for a Tesla so then we can go and stop that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go Ebarbs. And then I want to go in for just a Zap here. And then Minions on top of the Muskies. And then go for a Hog Rider afterward with the Minions counter pushing and then freeze him whatever he drops. Okay, that didn't really work as planned. He's gonna go for a defensive Elixir Collector. He knew I had freeze, and he was like, I am not dealing with that today, Jake. Throwback to 2016 when that was like the best play ever, dropping defensive elixir collectors. Got 3 musketeers. Maybe we could like freeze and then zap on top of the muskies, and then also hopefully end up hitting a minion horde. I don't know if it's gonna work. I really wanted to freeze again, but I knew he was gonna drop something like the battle ram in the middle, so I was just like, battle ram, ice golem, goblin gang, whatever it is, we're not gonna get that much value here. Wait, watch this. I freeze these, and then I go in for like an ice golem, and I go bomber. We should be completely chilling here. I'm pretty confident that the muskies are going to be able to give us enough value. And yeah, the muskies gave us a lot of value there. We were able to clean them up. Here's the thing. The musketeer on the left-hand side is going to be a problem because he's going to support it. Not just going to let it die this time. We're going to go in for Ebarbs here, and the battle ram just needs to pop. We can eat the one musketeer, but we can't eat too much afterward. Try to get an ice golem down so then we keep the Ebarbs alive a little bit longer. And then, wait, if I go for a bomber here and then I freeze on top of the goblin gang, can we win? Maybe I just hog rider to keep his elixir low and then freeze afterward. I genuinely don't know what's happening in this game. It's been pretty chaotic if you ask me. But I think with the hog rider on the tower, if he threw musketeers and expects that to die, he's dead. One more hit. Okay, well, I guess we can zap. I don't know why I was like saying one more hit the entire time, but we pierced through Lance with enough hammer hits to finish him off with a zap. All right, it is time to give you exactly what you want. No mercy. I'm gonna go for minions in the back, and we'll see if this guy's gonna have arrows. Typically, they wait with their arrows, and they want to drop their arrows on top of their archers. So this guy's gonna go for a hog rider. Do I freeze depending on what he drops? Like if he drops a skeleton army, I'm definitely for it. I think I'm still gonna freeze. It's gonna damage down the minions, allowing me to finish them off with an ice golem a little bit faster. And I get a ton of hog rider hits. And my minions put the lava hound in a position where I don't think I have to worry about it near as much. So I'm going to cycle back to my minions. He's likely... Oh my gosh. No way. This is going to be the best zap of my life. Look at that. I hit everything. Kind of wish that it was rage because it would rage up my tower. And then I would be able to finish off all of those minions faster. But what else can you say besides that was extremely satisfying to see? All right, I want to go for a hog rider here because his elixir is likely limited. He might go for his own minions. Oh, he's going to have barbarians. I could freeze those. Generally, we'll have to freeze those in the later stages of the game, but it is what it is. I can go in for an ice golem here to kite the majority of them to the other side. And then I could go for a bomber if I need to. I think I do need to, but I don't want to do it. You know, I'm kind of procrastinating my homework. I'm not going to finish those elite barbarians for a while. That math problem of deleting elite barbarians is not something I want to solve right now. I'm going to go in for my Ebarbs in the right-hand side because the Ebarbs are going to be really good when the Barbarians are out of cycle. So I'm going to go and roll with that. I'm going to try to go in for a Hog Rider and be a shifty Sir. Also, I cycle my minions early so I can get back to another cycle of them. I just got to freeze, right? Might as well. I guarantee that I take the tower there. And that's a full HP tower that I'm trading for 1,000 HP on the left-hand side. That's an absolute win in my book, my dude. Wait, he's going to try to 3-crown me instead. I don't appreciate that behavior. If I go for a Tesla... Can it end up hitting the balloon first in that predicament, in that situation? I think so. I'm going to go for a zap. And then, if you guys noticed, I was able to target the balloon first. And that kills the balloon. So, if you drop the Tesla in that situation, in that placement that I did, you will fully counter a balloon. But since my tower's at 1,000 HP, I wasn't able to walk away with an exceptionally clean defense there. I would have loved to preserve the tower, but I did stop him from 3-crowning me by dealing with the balloon first. That was really cool. All right, so he's going to go in for a minion horde. I think I just want to go in for a Hog Rider Ebarbs and then see what happens. I mean, we might be able to 3-crown him. I don't know. I'm definitely going to go in for a Tesla a little bit closer to my tower, so when he goes in for a balloon, he's not able to immediately jump on top of it. And then I'm going to go in for a freeze here. And then I want to get like an ice golem down as well, so all of the other surrounding units target that first. And then I can go for a zap. I think we're okay. I think we walked away with a clean defense. Guys, we might actually win this game. I'm going to go for a Hog Rider here as well. He's got to 3-crown me because if he doesn't, he's just going to lose to the Hog Rider, right? He's got to 3-crown me, but he can't. The miner's trying to shovel away at 1,000 HP. And that's not happening, man. Actually, my minions and Hog Rider were inches away from 3-crowning him myself. No mercy as our Hog Rider hammered his tower like a gong. He was singing a super sad song. His minions, Lovehound and Balloon, simply were not capable of body blocking the Hog Rider. And after winning that one, we're top 9,500 in the world. Let's roll. We are on quite a win streak here. GPA. Dude, I'm going to get my grade point average up higher with the Hog Rider giving us the best grades available. Grade A damage out here. Dude, another elixir golem? We beat one of these guys earlier. Clash Royale's out here wanting to test me. It's like, Jake, you had it easy the first time. Let's see if you can win against it again when they don't defend anything. Oh, man. He's one of them. He's one of them. Okay, so generally we drop our Tesla really far away. We try to maximize our efficiency by separating the battle healer away from the elixir golem so he can't heal up the elixir golem with the battle healer. And if he can't heal up the elixir golem with the battle healer, then we're able to kill things a lot faster. And then if you kill all of his surrounding cards without the elixir golem and battle healer together, then it's just easy to finish off because they're so cheap, they're so like flimsy. You just separate the battle healer so it doesn't heal up everything else. So you drop the Tesla placement that I did, or you can ice golem and kite the supporting cards from the elixir golem away from the elixir golem, deal with the elixir golem first, get the elixir from finishing off the elixir golem, and then you deal with the supporting cards afterward. So that's the blueprint to defend against elixir golem. I think we're going to show it one more time because, yeah, this guy kind of relentless with the aggression, not going to lie. We're drop our test a little bit lower this time instead of dropping in that placement because my elixir count is slightly different at this point. I think I can go for a freeze since double elixir is about to hit and I'm up a little bit more elixir. So in this particular environment, because I have enough elixir for the freeze, I want to make sure that I maximize my defense with that instead of doing anything else. The freeze is going to be able to nullify his rage completely, and then we're going to save our ice golem because that's going to be able to body block all of his dragons behind. There's dragons that are going to come at me. We just go in for like an ice golem here. We body back the electro dragon. Then we go in for our minions. And then I follow up with a hog rider. So this should be a guaranteed W. If you guys hate elixir golem, this is definitely the deck for you. And yeah, I never lose this matchup. This is the deck to beat it every single time. Guy's actually going to go in for one more push, and he's going to mirror up the Electro Dragons this time, so it's going to be slightly more scary. I'm going to freeze with minions, being able to damage down the Electro Dragons as fast as possible. I do, however, need to kill that Battle Healer, and it's not dying. Okay, finally it falls. Should be able to go for another Ice Golem here, and then probably just, you know, go in for our Ebarbs and take another tower to assert maximum dominance up here. If you're running Elixir Golem, you don't deserve to take a single tower. Well, I deserve all of yours, okay? That's how I play. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to bombard you with bombers and elite barbarians, and maybe, just maybe, I can take the second one. Ah, so close. Literally one more second, and that Ebarb would have had his tower for lunch. After devouring all the Elixir Golem players on ladder, it feels like we've kind of powered up. And now we've earned our place at 8,100 in the world. I know how much you guys hate mid-ladder strategies like Elixir Golem and dirty spam decks, and this deck destroys them. Especially Ice Golem being able to kite units to the other side, and Freeze allowing your minions and Bomber to devastate entire pushes. It makes cleanup on scummy strategies ridiculously easy. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. I feel so silly with this thing.